high intensity interval training, or HIIT. Now, we've all heard a lot about this, but what is it exactly and why does it work? First and foremost, it increases our EPOC, excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. What does that mean? It increases our metabolic rate, and depending on the study that you're looking at, that can be for several hours or even a couple of days. So the metabolic rate will be up from doing this HIIT training. Now, what is HIIT training? Now, essentially, it's durations of intense exercise followed by a breather of at least the work to rest ratio. So if you're doing sprints for 30 seconds, as hard as you can, that can be on a treadmill, that can be outside, taking at least a 30-second breather, if not a minute and a half. Now, studies show that even as little as 10 minutes total of high-intensity interval training will increase that fat burning, help joint integrity, help with your cell regeneration, all sorts of stuff, just as good, and if not better, as long endurance aerobic training. Now, there's a bunch of different ways we can do this. We can get on a treadmill, we can sprint 20, 30 seconds, we can jump off to the side, take that equal breather. We can sprint on that same treadmill, bring it down to a nice walk. Now, if you've got joint issues, knee issues, anything like that, you don't have to do sprinting, you don't have to do jumping rope, and actually get on a treadmill, bring it to an incline, brisk walk. Yeah, you can wall walk with it as long as your heart rate is at 80% or above. Now, how can you tell that? Well, if you've got a heart rate monitor, you take your age minus by 220. Now, if I'm 20 years old, I'm definitely not. 80% of my heart rate would be 160 beats per minute. Now, another way to tell this, if you're not able to hold a conversation while you're working out, that means that heart rate is elevated. Now, you don't just have to do cardio for this. Yes, sprinting, jumping rope, mountain climbers, stairs, walking really fast outside, that's great. But other ways to do this will be a form of interval training that involves traditional anaerobic exercises. You can do push-ups for 30 seconds, take a 30-second breather, jump squats, anything like that, mountain climbers. There's even a form of training called Tabata training. It's 20 seconds hard of any exercise that gets that heart rate up, followed by a 10-second breather. You want to do that for about 8 rounds. That's a little over 4 minutes, and you get just as good of benefits as aerobic training. So give HIIT, or high intensity interval training, a try. You can thank me. You're welcome.